Hi everyone, my name is Bridget Long, and I want to talk about a fundamental shift into how we can own our own health and build our own wealth. Right now, we're standing at the very beginning of a new wave, and for those with the right perspective, it represents a tremendous opportunity. Now, my story might be a little bit different from yours, but the feelings might be the same. I was born in Poole in Dorset, moved to Paris in 1989, bought my first bricks and mortar business at the age of 26 a year later, and then I co-steered a luxury fashion store which also had a nationwide manufacturing division. In 2010, in the wake of the economic crash and a divorce, I was starting over again as a single mother and sole provider. I retrained as a personal stylist, and then someone came and spoke to me about this new type of business of which I had no knowledge, but very quickly, having seen the quality of the products and the subscribe and scale model, I realized that this is what I had been looking for all my life. A way to create leverage, which meant more time for me and my family without compromising my income. So, quite simply, I decided to take it very seriously and I went all in. Now, this is a concept that I believe is the most single important financial lesson you'll ever learn. It certainly was for me. This is the cash flow quadrant made famous by Robert Kiyosaki. It shows there are only four ways to earn income. On the left side, you have employees and self-employed. Essentially, this was me, because the problem with the bricks and mortar business is that you don't own your business owns you, because unless you have a massive cash flow, it's almost impossible to scale. So you never become free. This is where 95% of people are trading their time for money. Now, on the right side, you have business owners and investors. They don't trade their time for money. They build and own systems that work for them so that they get paid while they sleep. Yeah, this isn't theory. It is the fundamental difference between financial struggle and financial freedom. Today, we're going to talk about moving from the left side to the right side of that quadrant. We're going to talk about aligning with that system that creates leverage and the most powerful form of leverage in business today, which is a customer base that consumes a valuable product month after month automatically. This is the subscription model that financial analysts value in the billions. Imagine coupling that model with one of the biggest seismic shifts in human history, now that we are living in the middle of a wellness revolution. In fact, it's a $6.8 trillion global industry. Okay, so look at what's happening in the world right now. The 8 billion population is aging. But even though people live longer, there is a widening gap between lifespan and youth span. People want to live longer, of course, but they also want to live younger, and they want to have more health, more energy, more focus, more mental acuity, and so on. So, in this quest to stay young, beautiful, and healthy, a huge market trend has emerged, turning data into demand. In fact, people are starving for it. They want to track everything. Why is that? Because measurement changes behavior, and it's the key to better health, stronger performance, and a longer, more vibrant life. So let's look a bit more closely at the nutritional supplement market. Now, you can see from these numbers that the value stands at around $500 billion and is growing year on year as more people become aware of the limited nutritional value in our food and the necessity to supplement to ensure maximum protection. Now, the issue here is that the consumers are pretty confused. Essentially, they're spending a fortune on guesswork, and as a result, they have little confidence in the efficacy of the products, quite simply because you can't manage what you don't measure. Well, until now, anyway. So we're hitting and sitting on the precipice of a wave because we have the answer. The world's only patented technology that can non-invasively measure if your supplements are actually working using biohacking. In other words, people making incremental changes to their body, diet, and lifestyle to improve their health and well-being. Welcome to Prysm.io. What we have in our hands, it's not just a device, it's a category of one. Intelligent nutrition wellness. It's the key to unlocking a monumental business opportunity by providing the one thing that this massive market is starved of: proof. It connects to your phone, creates personalized gamified wellness. People see their score, they get addicted to improving it, and that creates consistent daily product usage. This is the holy grail of a subscription business, a technology that creates its own demand and proves its own value in real time. So let's have a look on the science side. Why are antioxidants important anyway? It's now widely accepted that the level of our protection is one of, if not the most important health biomarkers in the body. The level of antioxidants provides tangible evidence that impacts a wide variety of body functions, such as our heart, brain, skin, bones, gut, immune system, and so on. And the Prysm, in just 15 seconds, will be able to tell us how we are protected on the inside in terms of our antioxidant protection using this incredible technology. So, what we have here is a result of 20 years of research and development with the biophotonic scanners and now the Prysm. It's a result of a combination of data from over 26 million scans, which gives us a more accurate reading than a blood test, validated by a 10-year Yale University study. The goal was to do something no one else could: measure antioxidant levels directly in the human body. Now, when I first saw this back in 2011, I had the second model on the left here, so it was a very sort of old and clunky one, but I had this vision of thousands of these scanners being placed all around the world in clinics, gyms, and health centers, showing people who were serious about their health how they could measure this key biomarker non-invasively. Not only that, I also realized that we were the only ones on Earth who could end this guesswork. The issue was that for years this technology cost thousands, and there are only about 5,000 in the world right now. But as a result of a $130 million investment, we've transformed this technology to be small, simplified, and affordable, and cost just over it cost just a few $100s, with a goal to have over 1 million users this year and 10 million by 2030. So to go a little bit more into the science of it, the device is a 3-part fusion of hyperspectral absorption, patented Raman spectroscopy, which comes from our biophotonic scanner technology, and AI and machine learning. This enables us to get a highly accurate reading in those 15 seconds. So the Prysm this time it's just not just an update like the other 3. This is a complete revolution. So this is also a global time-tested platform. It's a foundation that's not built on luck, but it is built on an obsession with science. Over 100 clinically validated peer-reviewed studies on this light science and technology alone, as well as ongoing science and science papers done on the different actual clinical blends of our nutritional supplements, as well as ongoing collaborations with major universities and scientists externally, bringing breakthroughs in science and nature all around the world. And the good news is, it's not just us saying this. Despite only being in the pre-launch phase, the Prysm IO has already been recognized for multiple awards, including the most recent, the Titan Awards for Technology. So the next logical question really is, well, why this company? Why align with us? Because in a world of hype, we've built on a foundation of proof backed by over 70 in-house PhD level scientists in 12 different disciplines, operating in 3 state-of-the-art labs around the globe. And we perform double-blind procedural control studies on all our final product formulations. We are Nu Skin Enterprises, the world #1 at-home beauty and wellness device system. Now, it's not just a startup, been around over 40 years, consistently generated over $1 billion a year in revenue for 21 of those years. And just last November, we crossed over 21 billion in total commissions paid out to our affiliate partners. We operate in 45 countries. That means that you can be completely non-location dependent. In fact, I've just been on a bit of a road trip for the last couple of years, which was amazing. And we're at ground zero of this explosion, because if that wasn't big enough, we've just officially launched in India, one of the fastest growing economies on the planet. And we're not just opening India, we're leading with Prysm. So the pioneers will be introducing this category of one technology to a nation of 1.4 billion people. All right, so I just want to make this real for you. What does this look like in terms of income potential? So if you have 50 of these Prysms in your network, and each one of these have 10 subscriptions of $100, monthly subscriptions of $100 of supplements, you will have a monthly leveraged income of $2,500. And then if you take the same 50 and have 100 subscriptions, this takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it, because now you're talking about over $25,000 a month of recurring income. So this is where you begin to separate your time from your money. I want you to think about this device differently and don't see it as a product. Each device placed is an asset working for you 24/7, generating recurring subscription. And that only question that needs to remain is how many of these assets will be paying when the tipping point hits in the not too distant future? And do I want to be a spectator or do I want to be a pioneer? All right, so let's bring this home. We have to set out to do what no other company does, which is create proof. We stand behind it with the ultimate confidence. Many of our products come with a simple guarantee: we'll raise your score or you get your money back. From a business perspective, that guarantee is why this model is unstoppable. And when someone scans, uses the product, and sees their score improves, our data shows a 75 to 80% retention. And these aren't just one-time sales, they're long-term subscription-based customers. So how do I get started? Well, you just get back to the person who invited you here today, tell them, here I am. They will help you sign up and order your own product bundle, and then you're going to want to become a product of the product and have your own 90-day transformational experience. The only question then you need to ask yourself and help the person who invited you to say this is, how many of these digital rental properties do you want to place? I truly believe these 15 seconds, the 15 seconds it takes to get a Prysm score can change your life from your health to your finances to your future. This is the most important innovation the industry has ever seen, and the doors are officially open. Welcome to the future of wellness. Let's get to work together.